Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to live from the 1905 Chris Brown Quartet, John Nastos on saxophone, Ross Garlow on the bass, Greg Goebel on the piano, the immutable Chris Brown on the drums.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Glad you guys are here. So we got one person here. Am I saying this right? Rachel, Rochelle, Christopher. Thank you for joining us, and whoever else might be out there that haven't dropped a comment in the chat box yet. One of the things that I really like about having the screen right here is that it helps sort of bridge the gap a little bit between the fact that there's no actual human beings in front of us, other than our sound guys, which is doing a fantastic job, as they always do every week. In fact, give Left Door Streaming, there I am, Left Door Streaming a virtual round of applause. We definitely appreciate the work that you guys do. And it's so hip that we have sound guys that actually play music, which is killing, because that's like usually not the situation. So there's always this weird like fight that goes on between musicians and hey. So anyway, you've been listening to the fantastic John Nastos on the saxophone, and on bass, all the way from Philadelphia, Mr. Ross Garlow, and on piano, my man Greg Goebel. Again, my name is Christopher Brown. Appreciate you guys being here. That first song we had for you was entitled Native Tongue by the great Kenny Garrett. We'll keep things rolling along here with the song called So What by Miles Davis. If you're not familiar with the world of jazz music, I would probably say your first assignment should be to go buy Miles Davis's Kind of Blue record, because this is the first song that's on that record.
That's not a bad assignment.
You dig? And so here's a reimagining of that song that I did a little while ago. So here's our version of So What.
And a reminder that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone. So if you would like to support this music, obviously we're in a really tough time right now, and it really makes a difference if you throw some money in a tip jar. But also, if you put in $20 or more into one of the digital tip jars, it'll enter you into a weekly drawing for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905, which has a patio that is open and safe and totally rules appropriate. So come on down. Spend some money, support a local business, eat some pizza, drink some drinks. But also remember to smash that share button. It's cool to hang out for free. You just got to make sure to smash that share button. Tag someone in the links. You know might dig these tunes. Send the links around. It really helps with the visibility of this incredible music. And now, more music from the Chris Brown Quartet. The Chris Brown Quartet taking you all to school. Get that Miles Davis record. Learn the things. Charlie Oakes grooving so damn hard, he says. Marshall Peterson loving the take on that tune, guys. Oop, that's my bad.
Thank you very much.
Now you're open. Now you're open.
In fact, I want to keep things rolling along with actually the composer of the first song that we played. I'm going to play another one of his songs right now, which is the great Kenny Garrett, who also spent a good amount of time in Miles Davis's band as well. So this next song we got for you is entitled Tacit Dance off of the record Black Hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone. So throw some money in a tip bucket. If you are enjoying this music, please consider contributing. It is how we are surviving these crazy times. So throw a couple dollars into one of the digital tip jars. Also, if you put in $20 or more, that'll enter you into a raffle for a weekly drawing for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905, which has a patio that is open 4 p.m. onwards on weekdays, 1 p.m. onwards on weekends. It is allowed. It is outside. It is safe. Please come support a local business. Buy some pizza, drink some drinks. Thank you to everyone out there on the patio right now. But also, if you just need to hang out for free, just remember to smash that share button. Send the links around. It really helps with the visibility of this incredible music. And now more music from the Christopher Brown Quartet.
Thank you very much. Whew, man, this dude's these cats are playing a whole ass off. Man,
that's it.
Which makes sense as to why I put this next song afterwards, which is called "Taking Time to Think." Well, I should be taking my time to catch my breath. Yeah, this song, I guess, kind of speaks to, well, it's obviously a timeless kind of remark to make, right? In the sense of sometimes we get, in fact, you know what? I have a friend of mine. He says that there's a phrase that they say in the investing world, which is, don't just do something, stand there. Because oftentimes the overcorrections we make are worse than if we just kind of let it run its course. It's like when you're driving on ice. It's the overcorrection that usually makes things worse. Mm-hmm. And so obviously 2020 kind of brought everyone to a virtual and literal standstill. Well, I guess maybe not virtual standstill, a literal standstill. And we made a lot more motion happen virtually, obviously. But anyway, every now and then it's good to just sort of touch base with yourself, maybe on a weekly basis. Could be a daily thing, if you're really intentional about it. But if nothing else, I think just even a weekly check-in, just with yourself, and ask yourself, like, am I still going in the same direction that I thought I was going to be heading, and am I even going in the direction that I think is even worth going in? So, again, here's a little bit of Taking Time to Think.
Sure. Let's find out if you're starting this, or are we starting as a band or piano up front? Put it all together. Band. Okay. Why don't you take this over?
Thank you very much. That was Branford Marsalis's In the Crease. That's a tough song. One of the things that that band is definitely, or I should say the Marsalis family in general, and they really kind of started, at least from my my memory anyway, there's a term that they used back then in the 80s called burnout. And burnout is like a tightrope walk where you try to figure out how do you, that's right, it's in 5/4. It depends, or I got distracted by the 5/4. The concept of burnout is how do you go like up to the line of where it almost wants to fall apart, but you try to keep it together. And within that space, that sort of thrashing around is where all the magic happens, right? Like you can make things as controlled as you want, which is fine, and you're going to get a consistent outcome. But sometimes in order to break through, to have a breakthrough, you literally, how does someone say, they go, in order to have a breakthrough, you got to first have a breakdown, right? And so it's fun when you play with guys like this who are so strong in what they do that it gives you sort of a nice cushion to just try something. Like you think about it, there's things you would do in a bouncy house you would never do on the street. You know what I mean? And so especially a guy like Greg who's got such strong time, I can really just kind of throw caution to the wind a lot of the times. I know Greg's going to catch me. So anyway, that was In the Crease, like as in the crease of the beats. So all that said, next song we got for
Greg
you.
Goebel could go crazy in a bouncy
Greg
house.
can do whatever the hell he
know
wants.
he's crazy
He'll
in a
make you
bouncy
a
house.
cork board. He'll. This dude is literally
Paul
I don't even
K.
know
Ward
if
in
you
the
can call him a
chat. Good
jack
to
of
see
all
you.
trades. Feels like a master of all trades. There's literally nothing this cat can't do. So this next song we have, speaking of Greg, is one of Greg's songs entitled Eastern Blue Ice.
You should tell the people that.
One more time. That give it up for Greg Goebel.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
Greg Goebel.
Whew. That song was entitled, where'd it go? Eastern Blue Ice. This next song we got for you is entitled, another Kenny Garrett song, off of one of my favorite records of all time by Kenny Garrett, but of pretty much all time period of any record, is a record that came out back in 1997. And it's called Songbook. And that's like, you know, Kenny Garrett's had a lot of phenomenal bands, but for me, the band on that record was a very special group because it was a group of all peers, right? Like typically what happens, like when these guys and girls get big, it's obviously very profitable for them to use people that aren't necessarily at their level but can get the job done, but they can also they can justify taking a larger cut, right? And so when he was with that band, like everyone was equally as killing. The late, great Kenny Kirkland was in that band. Of course, my man Jeff Watts, the guy who I pretty much try to pattern myself after. Obviously, Kenny Garrett and Nat Reeves on bass. And so this song is off that record, and it's entitled She Waits for the New Sun.
That was beautiful, guys. A reminder that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone. So if you were enjoying this concert, if you were enjoying this music, please consider supporting it by throwing a couple dollars into one of the digital tip jars. Also, if you put $20 or more into one of the digital tip jars, that'll enter you into a raffle for a weekly drawing for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905, which has a patio that is open 4 p.m. onwards on weekdays, 1 p.m. onwards on weekends. It is safe. It is allowed. It is open. Please come down and hang out, support a local business through these tough times. But also, if you're hanging out for free, don't forget to smash that share button. Send the links around. Tag someone in the comments. You know I dig these tunes. And now, more music from the Christopher Brown Quartet. Ladies and gentlemen, coming at you live from the 1905. Thank you so much for joining us on the internet and everybody joining us out on the patio. There's a patio that is open weekends 1 a.m. onwards, weekdays 4 p.m. onwards. Throw some money in a tip bucket is how these musicians are getting paid. If you are enjoying this music, please consider throwing some money in one of the donation links. $20 or more gets you into a weekly raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. But also remember, it's free to smash that share button, send the links around, tell the folks what's up. What do we got coming up next, Chris?
So this next song we got for them, funny enough, this song is entitled Mary Had a Little Lamb. I can't come up with a better title, or I have not found a better title yet. I'm sure I'll find some clever way of disguising it. But the whole idea here was I wanted to prove a point a little while ago, which is to show, how should I put it, just how creative we jazz musicians can get with making something almost out of whole cloth, right? And so I decided to try something. I said, let me see if I can take a song that's like super familiar and let me see if I can make something out of it that I probably wouldn't have. Well, maybe let me back up here. How can I make something out of it make something out of it that I like, holding myself just to very tight parameters? And so the parameters that I used were only the notes of the melody, Mary Had a Little Lamb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's only 5 notes in that melody. So I said, all right, so I have to figure out how do I hold myself to this, at least to a certain degree. And so once I eventually hit a wall where I couldn't go any further, then I started to kind of open it up. But it was interesting to see where that thought process led me, just like how I was talking about in the crease before. You have this thing where you hold yourself to these tight guidelines, these principles, these parameters, and then you sort of thrash around to see what else you can make out of it. And so this is what came out of my head for how to kind of screw around with the song Mary Had a Little Lamb. So here's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Hello, thank you very much. If you guys are just now joining us, whether it be online or outside, you've been listening to the fantastic Ross Garlow on the bass. Let him hear it. Incredible John Nastos on the saxophone. My man Greg Goebel on the piano. I need to come up with like a few more nicknames for some of you guys. Greg, should be like, what'd you say, yogurt? We'll work with that. We'll see what happens. This next song we have for you is entitled Made You Look. This is an original song of mine that I wrote about maybe a couple months ago. And yeah, hope you guys dig it.
Count it in 4, right? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. That was made you look. It's funny because we're looking back and forth like, you gonna talk? I'm gonna talk. You gonna talk? I'm gonna talk. It's like the 1,000-yard stare. Like, I've got you in my sights. You gonna talk? I'm not talking. Did you want to say something?
No.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna hit him up next. I was gonna hit him up another next song.
Yeah. So this next song I got for you is entitled "Elu's Crown." I got a great friend of mine, fantastic piano player, lives in New York City, and his name is Eric Lewis. So he brands himself as Elu. But there's a song that's off of Portland's own Esperanza Spalding. She's got a record called Radio City or Radio Music City, right? Radio. Am I saying that right? Radio Music. Oh, Radio Music Society. That's what it is. Radio Music Society. I guess that record came out. Man, it's been a minute ago already. Maybe almost 10 years. Wow, that went by quick. Anyway, there's a song on there called "Crowned and Kissed," and so I tried to, like, in a really abstract way, marries a song that's off of my friend Eric Lewis, one of Eric Lewis's records, and then that song of Esperanza Spalding, entitled "Crowned and Kissed." And just like what was it? Mary Had a Little Lamb. It started off with like a very tight kind of like set of parameters that I gave myself, and literally within like 8 notes, I completely abandoned the idea. I think so. But again, it's fun to sort of paint yourself into a corner and then just see what happens, right? So here's what happened with this song that I'm now entitling "Elu's Crown."
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you live from the 1905 with the Chris Brown Trio. John Nastos on saxophone, Ross Garlow on bass, Greg Goebel on the piano, Christopher Brown smashing them drums. A reminder that these musicians are working for your tips and your tips alone, so please consider throwing some money into one of the digital tip jars. It really makes a difference in our lives as musicians making this thing happen. So throw some money in a tip bucket. Also, we want to give some back to you, so if you put in $20 or more to one of the digital tip jars, it'll enter you into a raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905, which has a patio that is open and full at this moment with people that are safe and outside and allowed to be here. So come down, hang out 4 p.m. onwards on weekdays, 1 p.m. onwards on weekends, the patio at the 1905. Remember to smash that share button, share the links, tag some folks in the comments. Now, Russ Garlow switched instruments. Things are going to get real. Things are going to get real exciting here. More music from the Chris Brown Quartet.
Hello, man. I think Greg's nickname should just be Epic. That's it. We're just gonna call you Epic from now on. E for short. I'm gonna call you everything but your. I'm gonna call you everything but your name. That song was entitled "She Is the Morning." This next song we got for you is another Greg masterpiece. This is his take on the band Toto's "Hold the Line." So hope you guys enjoy it. So as we transition, well, for starters, give Greg Goebel another round of applause for that fantastic arrangement of Toto's Hold the Line. I'm going to fill up a little bit of space here talking while my man Ross changes over with the bass.
Toto, is that one of those fusion jazz bands?
Yeah,
big in the 70s.
They're relatively new, I think. I think they came out last year. If you're just now joining us, unfortunately, because this is our last song, you've been listening to the great John Nastos on the saxophone, Mr. Ross Garlow on the bass, the fantastic Greg Goebel on the piano. And again, my name is Christopher Brown. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. And if you've been here the whole time, we certainly appreciate you guys carving out the space in your schedule to be here to enjoy some live music and to just enjoy each other, right? So, again, fantastic job to Left Door Streaming, as always. A ton of fun working with these guys. So, I think Left Door Streaming just got a bigger applause than the band just did, I think.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
We're new to the applause breaks.
That's hilarious.
They're excited about you.
Did you have anything you want to throw in there real quick?
No, except for everyone should donate $1 million because times are tough and things are closing back down.
No,
so
that
please,
sounds reasonable.
Please consider throwing some money into a digital tip jar. That is how we are surviving. And come down to the 1905 that has a patio that will remain open. It is absolutely allowed to be here. So even though the indoor dining is shut down, you absolutely can come down to the 1905 and enjoy some delicious pizza, cocktails. Not for nothing, but the barbecue wings are pretty good.
Oh,
they got some wings here. Their wings are good. Their wings are
Never
good.
actually tried them.
Greg Goebel, also wings approved.
And maybe at some point in time, so Aaron, I remember a couple years ago, he made just randomly this dessert pizza.
Oh.
Man, crushing. It's one of those kinds of things where you're like, yeah, this is dangerously
Guys,
good.
start tagging the 1905. Let's get some Domino's style dessert pizza back on the menu.
Domino stop.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Anyway, last song. What are we doing?
All right, we've got a little bit of 3 Up, 2 Down. This was a college writing assignment that I had when I was in grad school, and yeah, again, I tried to paint myself in the corner and then see where the winds would blow, and so it's kind of funny because we started off with a Kenny Garrett song, and this song is actually inspired by a Kenny Garrett song that's off of that record that I was talking about earlier called Songbook. And there's a song on there called Two Down, One Across. I still have no clue to this day what the hell that actually means. But I figured let me come up with some version of that. So I decided to write a song called 3 Up, 2 Down. I was like, all right, so how's that going to turn into anything? So I came up with a little intervallic sequence where the melody goes up 3 intervals and then down 2, and then it repeats itself again, right? And that was like, well, 3 + 2 is 5, so I put the song at 5, and it kind of goes in and out. And then eventually the first soloist ends up soloing over the same chord, which is E flat minor, for all you music nerds out there in the world.
Just a real quick dissertation.
A little quick music tutorial. The chord change that they play on the song 2 Down, 1 Across is E flat minor 7. So that's how we started. So that was kind of the little interesting sort of nod to Kenny Garrett. So anyway, here's my old college writing assignment entitled 3 Up, 2 Down.
Christopher Brown live from the 1905. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.